I have been saying for weeks that if Sledgehammer made some simple fixes to Vanguard, then the game wouldn't be as terrible, and I always thought they wouldn't do it because they were trying so hard to beat Modern Warfare 2019, but they actually did it, and that's honestly surprising. Now, if you have watched any of my videos on Vanguard, you would know that my main complaints were squad spawning and no dead silence, and that if they just fixed those two things, then the game wouldn't be nearly as bad and it would actually be tolerable. And to my surprise, they did just that. They fixed it. So, a couple of days ago, Sledgehammer tweeted out a bunch of fixes they did to the game, and almost every problem the community had, Sledgehammer worked upon and fixed it, which is still insane to me. I know that Sledgehammer was more tolerable with the community and listened to them when their game was out, but I just wasn't expecting this much. Maybe I'm just too used to Treyarch and Infinity Ward just blatantly ignoring the community and being silent, but let me tell you, the fact that Sledgehammer actually took the community complaints to heart and worked upon them gives me a lot more hope for the game than I had before. But getting back to the actual fixes, they made several. Now, the main one is that Ninja is back as a perk and not a field upgrade, which single-handedly changes the entire game up in a good way, which I'm all here for. Then, other than that, they also reworked spawn logic, and they worded it a little bit weird, so I'm still not exactly sure what they mean by this, but if they mean spawn logic as from squad spawning to normal COD spawning, then I'm all here for it as well. But after this, the rest really aren't as important in my own personal opinion, but they are still incredibly nice to see and good. Like the visibility is being improved, so like the sun and just when you're shooting, your entire screen is just not blurred by the gunfire. But they've also improved the audio as well, because audio is quite terrible in that beta. And then they also improved the movement, as it was really slow and the sprint out time was incredibly slow. So I'm glad they made all these changes, because it's really a lot of big problems the beta had, and they just fixed it. So overall, these improvements are great to see, and almost all of them were problems that the community had, and Sledgehammer actually listened and fixed them, and even listened to the competitive community and brought back their World War II ranking system. It's honestly crazy. The most hype I've been for Vanguard so far is the fact that Sledgehammer has listened and made incredible improvements to the actual game. Now, SBMM is still probably going to rock the game's enjoyment, but at least I can enjoy it like Cold War. Yeah, the SBMM in Cold War ruins the game, but at least the game still runs like a normal COD, so it's not as bad as Modern Warfare 19. Now, I still won't be pre-ordering or probably even picking up the game at launch because I want to see what the game has and I want to see the reviews before I drop $60 on the game. But for now, the fact that Sledgehammer is actually listening and improving on the game upon the community's feedback has made me a lot more hopeful for the game, because the devs aren't as hard-headed and will actually take criticism and work upon it. But if you did enjoy the video though, make sure not to leave without leaving a like and subscribing for more. But until next time, see ya.